hired after 34 years of employment. And whereas Evelyn Hamilton has donated her time and talents through several community organizations, including Berry College African American Alumni Association, Kelsey A. Cock Burrell Center Board of Directors, Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, Grands Who Care, Blossom Hill Club, Rome Floyd County African American Historical Society, Rome Colored Main High School Reunion Committee, Habitat for Humanity, and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority in Rome Alumni Chapter. And whereas for her committed service and dedication to her community, she was a 2015 recipient of a Heart of the Community Award of Honor. Evelyn Hamilton is a trailblazer, and with her efforts, she changed the path for many in her community. Now therefore be it resolved that Craig McDaniel, Mayor, on behalf of the City of Rome Commission, does hereby honor for Black History Month Evelyn Hamilton, and pay homage to her contributions to our community. Given my hand and seal this 26th day of February in the year of our Lord, 2024.
Evelyn, I know you're watching, and we're praying for your speedy recovery because we know God has you. Now, there is an organization that you see these distinguished gentlemen floating around Rome, proud to call their name, proud to be seen, and proud to be heard. Today, we celebrate the 100 Black men of Rome. Celebrating their 30th anniversary in the community, 30 years in the community as they come. I want to share their mission. Their mission is to improve the quality of life within our communities and enhance educational and economic opportunities for all African Americans. These distinguished gentlemen work entirely and extremely hard to pay homage to homes with homeless fathers, to families who need mentorship, who need role models, and who need to make sure that they know that they are definitely prominent, active, and ready to be a resource in the community. Today, we present the 100 Black men with their proclamation. Commissioner Collins.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Lima. Before I read this proclamation, I must say a couple of things. I have this opportunity here during this Black History to say thank you, Dr. King, thank you, Rosa Parks, and thank you, God, for this trail that we've all been on. I also must say that the mayor, he started a retreat on this past Friday, and he said between Jamie Dawson, Bill Collins, they have over 60 years. That's a long time of experience dealing with city business. I must say that it's been probably over close to 20 to 25 years ago, which I had the privilege to start this Black History program with the City of Rome. But after sitting here today, watching this young lady, that this torch has been passed to, I can say this community has nothing at all to worry about. Congratulations, Commissioner Beamer. Great job. City of Rome, Georgia proclamation, whereas the 100 Black men of Rome, Northwest Georgia, Incorporated, was chartered in 1994 and is celebrating its 30th anniversary. And whereas the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia, Inc. is a nonprofit organization that is an affiliate of the 100 Black Men of America, Inc., whose mission is to improve the quality of life within our community and enhance the education and economics opportunity. And whereas over the years, the organization has established local initiatives aligning with the international program through the mentoring, health, and wellness education, and the economic empowerment. These local programs include Foundation Camp Robotics, the Health Initiative for Men and Women, providing service throughout Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama communities. And whereas the organization has impacted multitude of youth through partnering with Rome City Schools and sharing the Junior Air Force ROTC in 1997, a free organization summer camp hosting 100 young men and providing mentorship to Georgia Highlands College, African American and Latino males, excellent recruiting and retention programs. And whereas the local chapter has provided over 80,000 mentoring service hours since it is charged. Whereas the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia is celebrating 30 years of mentoring and ensuring that the example, their motto, what they see is what they'll be. Now therefore be it resolved, I, Craig McDaniel, Mayor, on behalf of the Rome City Commission, do hereby honor the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia, and pay homage to their contribution to this community. Give them my hand and seal. 7th day of February, year of our Lord. Thank you.
On behalf of the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia Incorporated, we'd like to say thank you to the City Commission for recognizing us tonight. We're a dedicated group of young men. I won't say young, but men. We started this organization over 30 years ago. We saw a need in the community for us to step up to the plate and be a positive role model for all our young men. And we're dedicated to doing that. We have our main mission is mentoring. And like he said, our motto is what they see is what they'll be. We have all different sorts of men and different backgrounds, everything from a PhD to the everyday person. And that way we're able to connect with the community. And we could not do that without the support of the entire community. So tonight I'd just like to say thank you. That's my president, Mr. Lee. We have Dr. Murphy here, who's the National Mentoring Chairman for the entire organization. We're in over 19 countries. We were recognized as a small chapter of the year because of the work we do. We started the Junior ROTC several years ago at Rome High School, so we have a lot to be proud of. But we could not be successful if we did not have this group of diverse individuals as well as community support. So again, thank you tonight for recognizing the 100 Black Men. Thank you.
And last but not least, we have another lily in the valley. I want to talk about another organization who's been active in our communities, celebrating their 30th anniversary also in the community. These young ladies didn't find it robbery to come together because they saw a need in our community. No, they didn't have to have the sorority name behind them or the fame. All they wanted to do was be a lily in the valley and make a difference. Today, we pay homage to, and I pray I say it right, L'Amour de Sor Social Club. Will you fine ladies please join me if you're. Their mission as they come. Their mission is to uplift and encourage the next generation to continue to strive to make our communities better by being the best role models for those that will allow them, and to always do what's right, even when no one is watching. Commissioner Cochran will present you with your proclamation on behalf of the commissioners.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to present this to you tonight. Thank you. City of Rome, Georgia Proclamation. Whereas L'Amour de Sor, translation, sisterly love, is a social club formed to do just that, display sisterly love. And whereas in 1994, the social club started out with 9 ladies wanting to help the Rome-Floyd County community. And whereas today, L'Amour de Sor has given out numerous college scholarships, assisted with community events, and during the Christmas season provides gifts to disadvantaged families and local nursing homes. And whereas the social club formed an event named Smart Girls Talk to encourage young ladies to strive for greatness. And whereas L'Amour de Sor is celebrating 30 years of sisterly love with a continued mission to uplift and encourage the next generation to continue to strive to make our community better, being the best models they can be, and to always do what is right, even when no one is watching. Now, therefore, be it resolved, Craig McDaniel, Mayor, on behalf of the Rome City Commission, do hereby honor for Black History Month, L'Amour de Sor, and pay homage to their contributions to our community, given my hand and seal this 26th day of February and the year of our Lord, 2024.
Thank you, Elena Beeman, and thank you to the entire City Commission Board. We want to thank everyone that has supported us over the years. It's only 8 of us, but with the small amount of people that we have, we've strived to do as much as we can with what little we have. And I just pray that you continue to pray for us as we move forward to do what needs to be done in our community for our young ladies, for our young men, even for some of the older ones that may look up to us or look up to you guys that have all been represented here tonight. Again, I want to thank you all, and I want to thank you for not finding it robbery to commemorate us. Thank you.
As we come to a close on our Black History Month program, I wanted you to know that on behalf of all of the commissioners, all your city commissioners and our city manager, we wanted you to know that we don't take it robbery of all the trailblazing that you're doing in our communities. We don't want you to stop because together we know that we have a mission and we have a lot to do. Equity, equality, and opportunity is what was displayed here tonight in our communities. Equity, equality, and opportunity. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we will be the difference. So together tonight, I want each one of you to continue to reach out and touch somebody's hand. And together, we're gonna make Rome a better place. Yes, we can. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you.
Thank you so
break, and then we have a city commission meeting to do tonight. But everyone received an applause. I want you to join me in thanking Commissioner Beeman. She put this together. And you're welcome to stay. If you've ever been to one of our city commission meetings, you know there's no reason to stay. We love participation. We love transparency. We want people to be a part of what we do. Some of y'all as old as I am, it's getting close to bedtime. We appreciate you being here. I'll tell you one thing before we move on. I was president of a college many years ago, and we had an accreditation visit. And the lady that chaired the accreditation team, when she finished, she said there's a common thread of excellence through this institution. And that's been, Lord, 20 years ago, I guess. That always stuck with me, and I look at the city of Rome as being a quilt that's made up with a lot of excellent threads. I want you to know that I consider everybody in here a part of that thread and a part of that quilt. All of us working together are better than any of us working individually, and we can get so much accomplished when we do work together. For what you've given to this community, I thank you. I thank you, because you didn't have to do it. Veterans especially. My biggest regret in life is I didn't serve in the military. I appreciate your service. Thank you for your service. Nothing else, we're adjourned. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting of the Rome City Commission to order, February 26, 2024. We've already had a prayer and a pledge, so we're not going to do that again. And so we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to let our city clerk call the roll. We will begin.
Mayor McDaniel.
Here.
Commissioner Bojo. Here. Brock. Here. Cochran.
Here.
Beeman.
Here.
Doss.
Here.
Quick.
Here.
Collins.
Here?
Robinson.
Here.
You received the minutes of the February 12th, 2024 meeting, and we will approve those by common consent. We have no proclamations. We do have one guest, Patricia Easton. Are you here? If you will, go to the podium and give us your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
All right. And thank you for hearing me. Patricia Easton, 2 Trent Drive, Rome, Georgia. And my concerns are regarding the JTG development. I'm going to read it quickly so I can get through it all. The development literally will be in my backyard, as well as 7 or 8 homes on Trent Drive. I have a natural creek on my property, which flows after rains to the wetlands near the pond. Concerned about the interruptions resulting in flooding on my property, and my property has never flooded. I was told the creek will not be interfered with when I address the county commissioners. Also, there are considerable wetlands in this area, and I'd like to know if this will be addressed, recognized. And will the hill be leveled behind me? I call it my mountain. We were told there would be an easement separating properties. Will existing trees be left on that easement? As the monstrous build continues, to whom will we make our concerns known with expectation for answers? Our safety is at stake. Will this be Section 8 housing? What about the existing pond and fountain and paved walking paths we have so enjoyed? Concerns that the 4-inch sewer line that services a nursing home will not be adequate for this build. And then on Chulio's road safety, magnitude increase of logging trucks, earth moving equipment, cement trucks, and then the trucks carrying building equipment, all affecting the tax-paying citizens' safety and enjoyment of living These are real concerns. Days and years ahead will see magnitude traffic from the build with Julio Road safety issues currently not addressed. Cart before the horse. There is no agreement, as far as we can tell, between the county and city. This is a tragedy waiting to happen. Again, how much value do you as commissioners place on even one life? We were encouraged to call 911 to report rocks and mud on the road, traffic violations, and traffic interference. Are tickets or fines being given to violators for these violations? And thank you for your consideration. And then I am going to meet with you. There's a group on Thursday at 9 o'clock in the morning as well. But I appreciate all of you working together, and I love living in Rome. And I hope that as we have questions that you'll be able to help us and understand our concerns. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have one resolution. Commissioner Quick or Bryce?
The resolution reads, "Be it resolved by the Rome City Commission, and it is hereby resolved by the authority of the same, that is the intention of the Rome City Commission to close the entirety of a 10-foot alley that runs northerly off East 14th Street to the right-of-way US Highway 27 as an alley being the following described property in Rome, Floyd County, Georgia, to convey said property to adjoining property owners Trinity Holdings of Rome, LLC, Richard L. Dixon, and June Abels Acock for $1 and other good and valuable consideration. Said property is to be closed and conveyed as described as follows. All that tract or parcel of land situated, lying, and being in land lots 315 of the 23rd District and 3rd Section of Floyd County in the 2nd Ward of the City of Rome, and being more particularly described as to find the point of beginning commenced in a concrete marker located at the intersection of US Highway 27 and the south right-of-way East 12th Street, and from said intersection proceed south 20 degrees, 22 minutes, 42 seconds west, the existing easterly right-of-way of US Highway 27, a distance of 205.57 feet, to the point of terminus of the existing northeasterly right-of-way of a 10-foot alley, which is the point of beginning. From the point of beginning, it moves along a series of areas. Do we have any maps that show this possibly? You can see this indicated a whole lot better than me reading all of these numbers. And the recommendation is closing this as a resolution, and this is brought forward from the Planning Commission.
This comes in the form of a recommendation. We need a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Sir. Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock? Yes. Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Doss?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
We have nothing on first reading, nothing on second reading, nothing continued on first reading. So we have a whole bunch of public hearings. We knew 2 weeks ago that this would be a little timely to go through these. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 public hearings. Vice?
Yes, sir. I'll be brief. The first request we have for you is annexation A24-02-010. The 2 properties are outlined in red right here. Everything that's that pinkish color is already within the city limits. These are landlocked properties. The only access you have would be to 2nd Avenue, which right here is a city street. This is part of a larger request for a proposed development. You can see the zoning map right here. It appears there's roads in front of them, but they're unopened right away. It's all wooded. This is part of a larger townhouse development, which would encompass this area right here. As you can see, about 75% of the properties in the area are already zoned for multifamily use, which allows for townhouses. This is a map of the area provided by the applicant. They would be entering through this parcel on East 2nd Avenue. It would be a total of 22 units. Here's a site plan of the layout. This is the annexation application itself. Looking into the property, you can't see the parcels that would be annexed. As I said, they're landlocked. This would be the entrance to the proposed townhouse development. Looking down East 2nd Avenue, directly across the street. In the opposite direction towards Collier Springs Road, and just further back up in there. This does come with a staff recommendation of approval as well as Planning Commission approval.
Yeah, now call this public hearing open, declare it open. Is anyone here to speak in favor? Or anyone here to speak in opposition?
Yes, I'm the applicant, Henry Eubanks, 20 Herds Overlook Court, Atlanta, Georgia.
You'll have 10 minutes, and then opposition will have 10 minutes.
Atlanta, Georgia, 30328. The proposed development is a 29-unit townhouse project. Units will be 24 by 52 feet deep, and that's pretty much the scope of the project.
Anyone else to speak in favor? Anyone speak in opposition of?
I'm not sure this is opposition, but I'm Cynthia Burns, my husband Mike Burns. We live on Beale Lane, number 2. We realize that we really can't object this development, but I do have some questions. So I guess this would be the time for me to be able to ask, right? Okay. We certainly understand and appreciate you wanting to do a development project and clean up the area which is down on East 2nd Avenue. That will be absolutely wonderful. We do have some questions. The building material that you plan to use, what would it be? We obviously would prefer brick or hardy board, but I'd like for you to be able to respond to that. The entrance to the property, I'd like a little bit more information on what your design would be like. Obviously, Old East Rome, where we live, we certainly want something that is going to enhance or improve, not decrease. And I feel like that's the direction you're going. So I don't want to, come across that we're totally against this project. We just have some concerns and would like some clarification or at least some explanation. Third, one of our neighbors had some concerns about the traffic. Would the city do anything to, eliminate or reduce traffic issues that could be a problem on the East 2nd Avenue area? So, thank you for the time.
Thank you. Our approval, go ahead, if you want to respond.
Yes, I don't know if this is the proper time, but wanted to address a couple of her questions. Regarding the material on those units, we submitted some elevations to the planning staff, and so I think they're in your package. But predominantly brick, hardy, plank siding. Some units could possibly have some stone water tables and that sort of thing around the units, but and potentially some shake. So it's a mix of several different materials. So I think you have some elevations from some prior projects that we've done in the metro Atlanta area. I think on the entrance, the front parcel is zone commercial. We're rezoning that also. And that's the access into the project. And we'll probably have a monument at the front entrance, and then we'll highly landscape that road all the way back to the project. So I think those are the two questions. Were there anything else?
I have a quick question. I think the concern of the residents there are the back of the buildings, if you're going to address that in a similar manner of the front. I think that was the concerns that I've gotten.
Generally, the back of the buildings are hardy, but they do we wrap a water table around the entire building, and then there's a patio to the rear, so.
Excuse me, if you want to speak, will you be speaking in favor of or opposition to? Go to the podium and identify yourself, if you will.
My name is Lacey Thompson. I live on 10 Townview Road. I wanted to know what your time frame is, like proposed start date for building, how long construction would take, and if the community would be fully fenced.
Fully what?
Fenced?
Yes. In terms of the fence, we currently don't have plans to fence the entire property. So there may be some fencing to screen some areas, but now we don't have plans to fence the entire property. And what was the first question?
When?
Oh, timing of the project. Well, if we get, approval tonight, then, we'll start with our engineering plans, and that'll take several months, and then we'll proceed to a land disturbance permit, which will take several months. So closing is scheduled for late summer, and at that time, then we'll start the development process, which will take probably 6 months, and then we'll have to get a recorded plat, and at that time, we'll start construction. So the construction on the 29 units will probably take about a year. So we generally average, sales of 3 to 5 units a month.
Okay. Anyone else here to speak in favor or opposition? I declare the public hearing closed. I'll entertain a motion.
I recommend we approve the annexation.
Motion?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion?
Can I ask, how many bedrooms in your townhouses will the townhouses have?
Most of the units generally are 3, 2.5, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
I had one more question. Are you going to leave a buffer between the back road and the property? You going to, the little, what's the road goes up?
Bill?
Bill, okay, thank you. You going to leave a buffer between that and your project of some type of trees?
Whatever the ordinance requires, the
Right.
buffer, and, what we don't disturb will be left treed.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Mr. Mayor.
Goss?
This question's for Bryce. Bryce, what about the road itself? Does it need any improvements? And what about things like curb and gutter and sidewalks?
So since they'll be coming through another parcel, they'll be building their own entrance. They're not using any of the existing roads. So they're actually, I anticipate they're going to ask to close the public right-of-way that's never been built out.
Will the city need to make some improvements?
I don't think so.
I mean, because it's a city road, but it's a sort of a country road.
It is. And we're right at the edge of the city limits, so you go any further and it becomes a county road. So
Yeah.
Bryce, I have one question.
Yes,
On the back there, that road that is a little small section, does the fire department require a second exit out of there in case there was?
no, not based on the number of units, no.
No, okay.
How close to the county line is that property?
If you look at the map at the beginning, there's city versus county. Everything highlighted is in the city. Everything that you can see the aerial view is county.
So real close. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I've got one question. I know you're 18 months out from renting these, but approximation of what the rent might be on these units?
At this time, we're proposing 100% for sale units.
I'm sorry?
At this time, we're proposing 100% for sale units.
Or do you have a ballpark price on those units?
Right now, we're projecting hopefully the high 200s, but if
Yeah,
I would
understand.
anticipate it's probably going to move into the low 3s very quickly.
Public hearing is closed, ma'am.
Oh, come on.
Any other discussions from, or questions from commissioners? Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Sir. Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Doss?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Yes, sir. The next request is Z24-02-02, which requests to rezone from community commercial to high-density traditional residential. This is actually just down the street. It's a house that has always been zoned community commercial. I believe it's up for sale, and the owner wanting to rehab it, or the potential buyer wanting to rehab it, needs it rezoned. We recently did the property to the immediate south for the same purpose. This is the application itself. This is looking in from East 2nd Avenue. There's the house that was previously rezoned. They either haven't started or are working on the interior. Looking further down East 2nd and out towards Collier Springs Road. This does come with a staff recommendation of approval and a planning commission recommendation of approval.
I declare the public hearing open. Anyone here to speak in favor of? You have 10 minutes. Give us your name and address, please.
Lacey Thompson, 10 Townview. This is great. Those are eyesores. Question, the community, will it be in an HOA?
She's on a different, we're on a different.
Okay, never mind.
Anyone else here to speak in favor?
Yes, good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Give us your name and address, please.
I want to thank you for the consideration of my application. I own the property, and this property is being commercial all the time, and I'm trying to convert into you call high-density residential. It's because the property doesn't have enough property for parking lots, so I don't see much effort to run it as a business. So I really want to convert it into a residential. There's no property for parking, and I don't see much property, and the road too is too narrow. So I really consider to convert into residential, and I really appreciate everybody's approval. Thank you.
Anyone else to speak in favor of? Anyone to speak in opposition to? I declare the public hearing closed, and will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the rezoning request.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Ms. Clerk, if you will, call the roll.
Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Cochran? Yes. Beeman?
Yes.
Doss?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
All right, our next item for you is Z24-02-03, which requests to rezone from light industrial to high-density traditional residential for the property at 100 Clifford Street. This is it outlined right here. We're just off Dean Avenue and just off Highway 27. It's always been built out as a house. This entire neighborhood, or what's left of it, is all zone light industrial. You can see here, you've got a whole Clifford Street and Brown Street is homes, but they're all zone light industrial. The proposal is to use the property as a home. The property is approximately 0.1 acres. It's excessively small. Even under the correct zoning, it's still going to have multiple setback issues and whatnot, which we've discussed quite a bit. This is the property itself. You can see a little bit of the auto repair shop to the left that has encroached on the property. There's a better view. If you look directly across the street, you've got a retaining wall and storage units that come off of Dean Avenue. This is looking further back into the neighborhood. These are all the homes that are currently light industrial. Looking back towards, I believe that's 20th Street. This does come with the staff recommendation of approval as well as Planning Commission approval.
I declare the public hearing open. Anyone here to speak in favor of?
And we spoke to the applicant earlier. He is out of the country at the moment.
Anyone speak in opposition? I declare the public hearing closed. Entertain a motion.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Ms. Clerk, if you will, call the roll.
Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock? Yes. Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Walsh?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
All right, the next request, file Z24-02-05. The request is to rezone from heavy industrial to low-density traditional residential for the property at 3 Lamar Street. This is the property outlined. It is currently zoned heavy industrial. It's just over a quarter acre in size. It is built out with a site-built single-family home. Here's the zoning map of the area. You have an entire block that's either of houses that are either zoned heavy industrial or community commercial. The nearest residential category is the yellow, which is low density, which is what's being requested. This does come with a staff recommendation of approval as well as Planning Commission approval. Here's the application. There is no proposed change use of the property. This is looking in from the road. And looking further down Lamar Street, you do have a large warehouse on the left. And looking back up Lamar Street. As I said, this does come with staff and Planning Commission approval.
I declare the public hearing open. Anyone here to speak in favor? Anyone here to speak in opposition of? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion?
I just have a quick question for Bryce, if that's okay, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
How many of these islands do we have like this where it's either heavy industrial, light industrial, and it's mainly comprised of houses?
There's at least 9 off the top of my head. I'm sure it's more than that, but.
You mean that have gone through? Are you talking about that have gone through? Or
No, I'm just talking about islands that he's aware of.
There's got to be more than 9.
Well, that's just the ones that I'm immediately, that I could just list off. No, there's more than that.
I run into this a lot.
For future commission, but maybe take a look at heading that off at the pass, for lack of better terms. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock? Yes. Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Walsh?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
The next request is Z24-02-011. This is for the proposed townhouse development we previously saw. This one's not entirely necessary. The property is currently community commercial and it's being used by tree service. Just to clean up the zoning map and have it all uniform, the request is to rezone it to multifamily as well, although they don't have any plans to build any actual units on this property. This is how it currently looks. It's currently occupied by Googe's Tree Service. As a gentleman said, it'll be a driveway, which they intend to landscape quite well, according to him. It'll also, I'm sure, have signage. Once again, this is the property right here. So, that's what it currently looks like.
Bless you.
And as I said, this does come with a staff recommendation of approval and Planning Commission approval.
I declare the public hearing open. Is anyone here to speak in favor?
Yes, I'm the applicant, Henry Eubanks, 20 Herds Overlook Court, Atlanta, Georgia, 30328. As I mentioned in our prior discussion, we intend to landscape both sides of the road coming in and put an entrance monument. I'll go ahead and address her question. Generally, every project that we do, we record a set of covenants, conditions, and restrictions. We're the declarant until we turn over the HOA to the homeowners association, which is at the last sale. And during the sale process, we have an initiation fee for each homeowner at closing, and then they pay a monthly fee that goes into the budget.
Anyone else speak in favor? Anyone speak in opposition? I declare the public hearing closed and will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I guess just one question. The current occupant, the tree service, are they vacating the property?
They will have to, yes.
Are you going to own both sides of the drive going up, both lots, those two parcels of property on either side of the entrance coming in? Like where the tree service is?
The tree service is the entrance, and I think it's maybe 80 feet wide, or maybe less than that. And so there's the drive, and then there's like 15 to 20 feet on either side that will landscape. Now, to the right of us, I believe, is a heating and air conditioning company, and to the left is pest control or something?
So you're not trying to acquire those two?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I got just one question. Is there a weird piece on the back of that property? I was just looking at this. Is there a little sliver on the back of that?
So there is. There's a couple little areas of unopened right-of-way, and you can see them right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there under the hand or the palm.
Is that an action that we're going to have to take?
Yeah, probably.
I just looking at it, it looked like that's probably what it was, pieces that were left, so.
Of a next block of the neighborhood that never got built. Yeah.
Any other questions?
I have just an observation that I travel that way all the time, and the city needs to consider some type of sidewalk because people walk in the street and it's not a very good pedestrian situation. And especially if we're putting more people in that area, because if you go out, for a walk, it's dangerous. But, and also this investment into the city could be very good for that area. So, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Dawes?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
All right, and the last phase of this is Z24-02-012 or -12 to request to rezone from suburban residential to multifamily residential now that this has been annexed. For the property on Arthur Street, it's these parcels right here. Two of them were just annexed in. They're about the 25% of this property that wasn't already zoned multifamily. There they are in relation to the zoning map. And so this is for the proposed same 29-unit townhouse development. And it does come with a staff recommendation of approval as well as planning commission approval. These are the elevations that the applicant provided. This just happens to be a very similar development that's near my house in Cartersville. It's right across the street from my gym that I go to. Just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like in reality. And once again, just some pictures of the entrance to the property, even though you can't see the actual applicant parcels from the road. Thank you, sir.
Declare the public hearing open. Anyone here to speak in favor of?
I'm the applicant, Henry Eubanks, 20 Herds Overlook Court, Atlanta, Georgia, 30328, and I'm open to take any questions.
Anyone speak in opposition of? If you will, go up there. It doesn't get recorded if you're not up there.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Lacey Thompson, 10 Town View Road. Will the HOA have a rental cap? And if so, what percentage is that normally?
We are asking for a rezoning that does not have a rental cap.
Any other in opposition or in favor of? I declare the public hearing closed. I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Any discussion?
The example, was that just an example of townhomes, or are you the builder, developer?
I'm the developer of the lots. I will not be the builder, but we have a builder that we're negotiating with.
That was a Smith Douglas example that you showed, just curious.
We are talking to Smith Douglas. I've
Okay.
developed about 500 lots for Smith Douglas in the Atlanta area over the last 2 years.
Will these be for sale or for rent?
The proposed project is a 100% for sale project.
Any other questions? Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Bojo,
Yes.
Brock,
Yes.
Cochran,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Goss,
Yes.
Quick,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
All right, our next item for you is Z24-02-14. It requests to rezone from urban mixed use to neighborhood office commercial at 107 South Broad Street. The initial staff recommendation was denial. However, we've met with the applicants multiple times. I believe we've reached an agreement where they'll be able to use the existing zoning and thus rendering this rezoning request obsolete. The applicants have requested that the application be withdrawn in favor of using the existing zoning. I would like to update the staff recommendation to a staff recommendation of withdrawal without prejudice. And it did get a split vote from the Planning Commission, so it comes to you with no recommendation from them.
So we'll go ahead and do the public hearing. I declare the public hearing open. Anyone here speak in favor of? Or in opposition to? I declare the public hearing closed. And we'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the request for withdrawal without prejudice.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion?
I need to disclose that my office is next door to this property, and I will not participate, and I'll abstain from the vote.
Anybody else? Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
I got a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The applicant, you and I talked about my relation to the applicant. He's my doctor. Okay. All right. Okay.
Unless you upset him.
I just don't want bogus medicine.
Commissioner Bojo,
Yes.
Brock,
Yes.
Cochran,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Quick,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Our last item for you this evening is Z24-02-16. The request is to rezone from light industrial to heavy industrial for the property at 29 West Side Industrial Boulevard. This is the property outlined in red. It's just over 11 1/4, or right at 11 1/4 acres in size. It actually should have already been heavy industrial based on the previous occupant. I believe that was some sort of a smelting operation. The request is to rezone to heavy industrial to allow for a new compounding company. This is the street. It's all a mixture of light or heavy industrial as it sits. Application itself, this is a recruit by the Development Authority. List of information provided by the applicants. Map provided by the applicants. Another map provided by the applicants. They do have an air quality permit issued from the Georgia Department of Natural Resources that came up during Planning Commission and the general requirements. This does come with a staff recommendation of approval as well as Planning Commission approval. This is looking into the property as it currently sits. More of the building directly across the cul-de-sac and back up West Side Industrial Boulevard towards Redmond Circle. Thanks, sir.
Hereby declare the public hearing open. Is anyone here to speak in favor of? Who will give us your name and address?
Bill Bowling, owner of 29 West Side Industrial Boulevard. And this whole street, the whole West Side Industrial Street was supposed to be zoned heavy industrial to begin with. Somehow these several properties on the end got overlooked. So basically it was all bought and all done, and it is a heavy industrial area, so not sure why I got zoned wrong, but I'm just asking for rezoning, of course.
Anyone else to speak in favor of?
Hi, my name is Harry Patel. I'm the operations manager for Swami Compounding, and we will be the tenant at this property. We came around June of last year, assuming this was a heavy industrial, and we had no idea until December that this was a light industrial and required rezoning. But we went through the process. Again, we're investing about $8 million for the next 5 years and creating about 100 jobs into the community.
Anyone speak in opposition to or in favor of? We want to hear from you.
I have to speak in favor. Good evening, I'm Missy Kendrick. I'm with the Rome-Floyd County Development Authority, and I'm here to speak in favor of the rezoning application to heavy industrial for Swami Compounding. As has been stated, we did work with Mr. Patel last year. We announced in June. We actually started working with him around February or March of last year as he was considering different locations in the state of Georgia and was looking for about 100,000 square foot facility to start up a new rubber compounding facility. And so ultimately he chose Rome and Floyd County over the other sites that he was considering in the state of Georgia and began the operations out there and cleaning up and remodeling and that kind of thing. And I think when he went to get his permit is when we realized that it wasn't already zoned heavy industrial. So we are here tonight to ask for your rezoning to heavy industrial to allow Swami Compounding to continue his operation and invest over $8 million and create about 100 new jobs here in Rome and Floyd County. Thank you.
Anyone speak in opposition? I declare the public hearing closed, and I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just curious, what is being done here that could not fit in light industrial?
It's a chemical company.
Okay. And does it produce noxious fumes by any chance, or are those controlled through?
I'll let you speak more of that.
Yeah, so we are compounding polymers and creating a compound that will be again used by somebody like tire retreaders, EPDM roofing, it could be floor mats, so anything that has to do with the rubber products, we supply engineered compounds to those companies. So it's a closed loop process. We put in the mixture, we have a dust collection system, so nothing escapes out of the building. So we don't see anything that's like the chimney or anything that's going out of the building.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Clerk, call the roll.
Sir. Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Doss?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Rice?
Yes, sir.
Time and a half pay.
That's all right. I'll do it again tomorrow night.
Good luck. You do a great job. We appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Commissioner Quick, thank you for your service to the Planning Commission.
Thank you.
Those of you who only came for these, you're welcome to go. Don't have to. They will not be offended at all. Mr. Clerk, do you have anything?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Manager?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
City Attorney?
I do have a report, Mr. Mayor.
Good.
At the last commission meeting, you all inquired about coin-operated amusement machines. You also made some additional inquiries. City manager and assistant city manager have done research. City attorneys, we've done research. We've reached out to other communities to look to see what they've done. As we indicated on Friday at your planning retreat, we would have a resolution prepared. And so tonight we present to you a resolution is being presented to analyze zoning and related codes so that you could revise the codes to meet the needs of the citizens of Rome. And that includes reviewing the codes pertaining to permitting of convenience stores, food marts, and similar stores with regulations as I relate. Also to review codes pertaining to permitting of vape shops and considering new regulations related to that. There are a number of factors, but especially these businesses offer products that, if not distributed correctly, not in the right locations, have inherent dangers for minors, such as alcohol products, smoking-related products, and paraphernalia. During this time, I would suggest that what you do is review the location, the proximity, and establish zoning requirements that would be where you might want to allow the location of the retail sale of shops that sell low THC oil, tobacco products, tobacco-related products, alternative nicotine products, vapor products, CBD, or products containing CBD. And then also look at the convenience store, food marts, and any stores that apply the right to house coin-operated amusement machines so that you can analyze your zoning. And I would suggest that based upon what you all have indicated and that you all enter into a resolution that places a 6-month moratorium on the issuance of any permits for these type stores and vape shops, as I've described and it's described in the resolution, so that you can then also analyze and look and see where the locations of coin-operated amusement machines are in the city of Rome. And I would suggest that if you pass the moratorium tonight, that it would be in effect until August the 26th of 2024, or before that time until you've had time to study it, look at overlay districts, look at whatever else you may want to look at in terms of zoning. By way of information, to add to that, we did some research. The City of Rome Police Department's done research. We've been doing some research. As of March 2023, there were over 33,000 locations in the state of Georgia that had coin-operated amusement machines. Within the City of Rome, looking at the spreadsheets from the Georgia Lottery Commission, there are between 60 and 85 locations in the City of Rome that house coin-operated amusement machines. And so this is why it's important for you all to take the stand that you've taken and to have time to study these. This is a temporary measure. It's only for a limited time so that you can send it to the Planning Commission and you all can also study it to look at what zoning requests you may need to make.
Thank you. This is a discussion we've had on and off, and other communities across the state of Georgia struggle with the same problem we have. And there's frustration among city commissioners and city managers, county commissioners in a lot of instances, on how to get a handle on this. I sat on the Alcohol Control Commission last year, and we had a number convenience store applications that came for the purpose of getting a package permit. And in most instances, we would ask the question, will you be having the coin-operated machines? And I don't know that we had a no. So we're trying to rein in something. The 6-month period, and I think it gives us some time to do real research. We'll find out what our options are. We want to do what's best for the citizens of the city of Rome. And I think this is a huge step in the right direction. And I appreciate you and Meredith, you doing the work that you've done and putting this together. I want us, I recommend we pass this, and during the 6-month period, our attorney will be bringing information to us. We can study this through our resources with Georgia Municipal Association. Our manager can talk to other managers, and we can talk to our law enforcement folks. But I think this is a major step in the right direction for the city of Rome. So this comes, we need a motion to approve it.
Mr. Mayor, I'd make that motion to approve. Resolution.
Okay, need a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion?
Just a question, this is effective immediately, correct?
Yes.
As of today? Thank you.
As of tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it's very much needed, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I've been on the commission for 9 years. We've talked about this for 9 years. I'm glad we're finally doing something.
Right.
Ms. Clark, if you will, call the roll.
Sir. Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Doss?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes?
Robinson?
Yes.
Thank you. Under my time, we went into private session while we were in caucus to discuss a real estate matter. No action was taken. Commissioner Doss made the motion to go into private session. Commissioner Robinson seconded that motion. When we came out of private session, Commissioner Bojo made the motion, and then Commissioner Beeman seconded that motion. Again, no action was taken. Commissioner Bojo?
Yes, we've got a finance committee set for Monday, March 4th, 10 o'clock in the Sam King Room. And then also we'll follow that on March 7th on Thursday. Water and Sewer Committee will meet 9 o'clock in the Sam King Room, and that concludes my report.
Commissioner Brock?
No report.
Commissioner Cochran?
No reports, Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner Beeman?
I did want to highlight the fact that the library board had a audit, and there were absolutely no findings on our library audit, so I'll give kudos to all of them.
Good news.
Yes, that's awesome. And then with the solid waste, we met last week, and help me, Sammy, to make sure I'm correct, that we currently have an increase in out-of-towners utilizing our dumps?
Yeah, we suspect there's some of that going on because of our exceptionally low rates that we're going to be recommending we study to see where the market is. And our hunch is we are overdue an increase on our tipping fees.
I wanted to highlight that. And with tourism, the committee will meet Wednesday, February the 28th at 11:45 a.m. at the Rome Tennis Center. And that concludes my report.
Commissioner Doss?
Very quickly, under landmarking, we landmarked our first location last Sunday. That's not Sunday yesterday, but the Sunday before. And we landmarked Thankful Baptist Missionary Church. A lot of the commissioners attended. It was a very special time for the church family and for the city, and it went extremely well. And just today, I know rain's in the future, but today was a beautiful day to get out and walk on our trail system. And so I want to encourage the public to use, we've got some awesome trails here in Rome and Floyd County. Thank you.
Commissioner Quick?
The General Administration Committee will have its first meeting of the new year in the morning at 10:30 a.m. in the Carnegie Training Room. And the Rome Floyd County Planning Commission will meet Thursday, March 7th, 2:30 p.m. here in the Commission chambers. And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Collins.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner Robinson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we had one thing that Mr. Clerk here would like to talk about, that we had an incident, and he'll give you the details.
Yes, sir. A week ago in these chambers, the Alcohol Control Commission held a hearing regarding an alleged violation at one of our alcohol establishments. You all may have read the summary, but this was Garden Lakes Food and Beverage, 2022 Redmond Circle, Suite B. And the allegation was that this establishment was allowing customers to smoke and drink beer while playing the coin-operated amusement machines. As we discussed in caucus, the violation was discovered by our code enforcement officer who was there for another issue. And this was around approximately 1 p.m. on the day in January. Discovered this, made some pictures, sent them to us, and the Alcohol Control Commission held a hearing last week. Tonight we do have a representative from the store. As you read in the ACC minutes, he was not present at the hearing, but the hearing was conducted. And ultimately, the recommendation that has been sent to this commission for consideration is a 60-day suspension of the beer package license and a $2,000 monetary penalty. Again, that's a recommendation from the Alcohol Control Commission, and any penalties beyond a letter of warning have to be approved by the City Commission. So that's what's in front of you tonight. As we stated, we will not conduct another hearing tonight. However, the store representative, the licensee, is here, and he'll have the ability to speak to you all, ask questions, make requests, and you all, of course, can question him if you choose.
I'm going to go ahead and let him speak before we entertain the motion.
Yes, sir.
If you will, go to the podium and give us your name and address, please.
Sure. My name is Balwant Kumar Prajapati. I live in 21 Savannah Palace in Rome, Georgia, 30165. I have a question that happened on the January 8th. I was not here. I was out of state. I was in India. And sorry for everything, for the missing three meetings. And I got that letter, but the employees, they don't know anything for what happened to anything. But they don't tell me anything. When I come back, 19, I think February 10th, I was come back. And I was sick, and me and my wife was be sick. I go to doctor after I come back. I have no anything problem virus, and I looked at all the mails, but Mr. Joseph, he bring the letter to me hand, and I looked the mails, and I talked to the people that working there. The hero say, I can open your mails. That's not my responsibility. And I looked the mail everything, and next days I come to the office. And I talked to the guys, but Mr. Joseph have some kind of meetings. And I said, let me know him. I give him the numbers. They let me know if I hear anything, question, just call me. But one thing, we're not allowed to smoke and cigarette in games, but people have I have no idea. Sometimes I can stay the 24/7 in the store, but people, they bring it in pocket, they bring it in cup, they bring it anywhere outside, and bringing back in game rooms. What I have to do it? We try to stop. We got to sign everything. No smoking, no alcohol allowed. Now, last time I told you, if I catch them, we call the laws. They do mistake. We have to be. I don't know why I have to say anything.
Let me ask you one question.
Sure,
When the
sir.
Alcohol Control Commission discussed this matter, did you have anyone there to explain to the Alcohol Control Commission? Did you have anyone there?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
No, sir. That's all I have to say. They people bring it anything. They put in pocket, they bring it. And we have one just camera on front. We have to watch the people. Yeah, they have to run register. They can do everything together. And that's why I tell everything I have to say, but do not stop, the business is business. They go to back rooms, we have no idea what they're doing in. We got a camera, if anything happen, we have to just recording, that's all we can see.
What are your hours of operation?
I have no idea, I have just later, and the happen was I go to India's. I think I left at 6 o'clock in the morning, they happen on January 8th.
No, what are your hours? What time?
We 24/7.
24.
Yes, sir.
So you said you were gone, someone else in charge while you were gone, right?
Yes, and the employee, they don't know anything, the later, I have still the mail, they still not open it. Still there, no open any even mail. But Mr. Joseph bring me to hand mail, and I open and I look it, then I say, why you don't tell me anything, I have the 3 mails, but I'm missing 3 meetings.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we approve what the Alcohol Control Commission.
Recommendation from the ACC.
Yes.
I'll second.
Have a motion and second. Any other discussion?
Is there any law or ordinance that says the coin machines have to be out in the open, they can't be in a back room? I mean, do they have to be in public view, or? No, they don't. They do not? Okay.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
Machines have to be in public view.
Mm.
From what, the paper that I read today, that I was given at the retreat on Friday, says they have to be in public view.
That's the example from the city.
That was an example of an ordinance.
I'm sorry?
That's an example of an ordinance we're studying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Windows can't be obstructed, right?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any other discussion? Have a motion and second. Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Bojo?
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beaman?
Yes.
Doss?
Yes.
Quick?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Motion carries. No other business. We're adjourned.
I got one thing, I got an announcement on my Community Redevelopment Committee will meet, it's been canceled, the meeting that was scheduled for February the 28th has been canceled to be rescheduled. That's all I have.
Discuss that meeting. We're adjourned. Thank you.